Angels Road, 47 Minor Street. I'm handing out to City Council a proposal by an individual who came from the task force, Miss Reverend Linda Strutak. And when she came in front of us, she already had an idea that was working on Sherman Hills, but she was working at a chapel down at the hill where they were reaching out to the kids. I'm not sure most of you know, but then when one of the property managers came to the task force, they proposed that if we were willing to take the community center over and made it our project with the Reverend, they would give a hands off. I spoke to the property owner maybe 2 weeks ago at Sherman Hills with the Reverend and with the tenants of Sherman Hills. At this time, he promised that they're going to take the community center, or that community room they have, and make it into a community center. What we're going to do is bring computers in that were already working there, but the Reverend was already working. What we're going to do is now working with the management to make that community room into a community center. Not only that, I proposed to him that in other areas, when you allow us to use an apartment right in the middle where I think most of the problems are going on, it works. You use an apartment, you build it up, now you have privacy where people can go in and talk to counselors about drug and alcohol. Any issues they have, this is necessary. So I'm here to tell you that we're not reinventing the wheel. You have the Reverend Linda Strutak, who came from the task force and says, give me the tools to do it. I've worked with her since that time. We had a meeting, I believe it was last week, with the Reverend, and she brought an enormous army with her, with other Reverends. I made phone calls, I had community people working. I had the tenants of Sherman Hill. It was one of the best gatherings we had at Sherman Hills. Once again, the proposal for this is to bring education and any outreach to parts of Sherman Hills. What's going to be good about this, I asked the property managers, not only Sherman Hills, but understand this, you have interfaith, you have down the hills. And I told them, do not think that would affect Sherman Hills and not affect interfaith. So again, they're open to proposal. Once we have the community center going, it's going to be for all the kids of the area. And when I tell you the response for the people I've reached out to the community, it's been enormous. I've walked the courthouse. I have all the judges now willing to volunteer their time to come down and talk to the kids. I talked with President Tom Leary, and he's agreed that when the cooking students are done with their cooking and the food is dispensed to other areas, now we can have some of that food to Sherman Hills for one purpose only. We're going to have a program where if kids or families are willing to come to us and give us an hour where they sit down and learn the valuable tools, I think that are much needed in areas of Sherman Hills, but all over this area. That then they will be able to sit down to a family dinner, and we will once again teach the families the importance of sitting down and having family dinners. But also they can talk about the issues they just learned. I bring this to the City Council. I bring to the Mayor's office. I need you to start walking up there, ladies and gentlemen, with me. I need that. Okay? When I tell you, these people, the folks up at Sherman Hills, are desperately looking for your voices and for your faces. And when I tell you this could be one of the initiatives that this community is very proud of in the City Council, because you understand that we bring all the strength that we have, all the human service, education, to the people that many times have given up. I think it's going to make a great increase, and I think I need your support. Ladies and gentlemen, I spend more time up in now Sherman Hills than I do in my house. And I will tell you this, and nothing has stopped. I've gone up there every day, and this is my famous gesture. And this is, I have to tell young kids, not in front of me, please have due respect. It goes on. And understand this, very few of these kids don't even live in Sherman Hills. They come from out the area, and they come on Sherman Hills. But again, the whole thing of what we're doing with the churches, with the people, and make this community center, we're going to be able to reach these young kids too. Understand, a lot of people point fingers and say, well, Sherman Hills will be overrun. Understand this, those who come to overrun, they also come from dysfunctional families. They also have issues. But I can guarantee you this, when they hear the word we're taking to their families, their brothers and sisters, that we're making the effort to resolve so many issues that many of these families have, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to see an impact. When I tell you I still work up Sherman Hills, and these some of the challenges I want some of my task members to help me with, in case I forget. Next time we meet with the owners, I'm still going to Sherman Hills. I have a man up in Sherman Hills, 83 years old, without electricity, because he was told he had to pay his rent. I have another pregnant woman up there in the dark who had to give up rent because she was told either that or you shut off electricity. Ladies and gentlemen, let's make sure this task force is hands-on all the way. And if you look at this commitment, please support this, come with us, and I hope to see you up there too, giving your talks and speeches. So again, please look at this, and any advice you can give to make this better, please, ladies and gentlemen, this is probably the most important things we're going to do in a long period of time. This community center is going to get the voices, so a lot of people don't have it, but also make sure that people who are abusing those up there know that we mean business. And very quickly, that officer standing behind you is what police officers should be. I met this officer last week. He walked the streets. He was talking to the people of the community. He made friends. He impressed me. Thank you very much, officer. You're what officers and law enforcement should be reaching out to me. Thank you very much for doing. God bless. Thank you.
Mr. Gerald, before you, the last task force meeting that we were at, you were myself, Mrs. Levette, we talked about having a meeting up there. Has anything developed there as far as setting up another meeting where we will walk up there, the task force members, and actually see what's going on?
No, I'm glad you brought that. You know, at the last meeting that we had, some of our task members wanted to wait until we had another meeting to set the agenda. That's what threw me off. And that's when you heard me say, I don't wait for meetings. I have to do what I have to do. But again, if anyone's interested, and I left this out too, you have 3 stores there. 3 young men now, or stores are our eyes and ears. You have a store at the end, Mr. Reyes' store. His wife has to be the dean of registration. LCC is now, this family has a business there. Not only they're selling, they now have booklets of information. We talked to them at 1 o'clock tomorrow because they're now willing, when they close their businesses at night, that we can now bring other entities of education. I mean, this is an all-out effort from all the stores owners, from the chapels up there, because they know how important this is, ladies and gentlemen. Because it only affects Sherman Hills. We see the interfaith kids, we see kids from the city, once again. So, I ask you to walk me any given time. I mean, I'm up there all the time. If you're up there tomorrow, again, we're going to be talking again to the store owners and walking there. But anytime you want to walk with me, please reach out to me, because again, when I tell you, again, we had an OD, and then I heard this morning, read the news, a young man attacked a woman with a machete. Ladies and gentlemen, the only way we want to really spread, I'm sorry. You got it.
You've gone for a while.
Yeah, that's true, because...
But keep in touch with us. Let us know. You have our email addresses and phone numbers. So as Mr. Brown said, we will more than happy to assist you whenever we can.
Thank you.
This initiative, I think, is great, and we'll be there for you.
So